Hey everyone, welcome back to Mega Man X5, where last time we got through Crescent Grizzly here, as well as the intro stage. And I explained how the hour system works and all the parts and nonsense. Speaking of the parts, like I mentioned, it takes 2 hours to actually get the parts, so I don't have them just yet. So that's kind of a little bit of a bother, but it's fine. I now have the crystal ball, which brings the body of the Enigma way up, and it gives it 44% accuracy. That's still pretty much a giant lie. Anyways, but as you can tell, it says 10 hours. I click the stage, it goes down to 9, and then back to 10. But it's weird like that. But yes, we played through Crescent Grizzly as 0, so now we'll go through Tidal Whale as X. Welcome to the worst level of this entire game. Technically. Not really, but worst Maverick level, I should say, anyway. This is an auto scroller. See that giant thing behind me? That is the U-555. It is super obnoxious. Alia is basically just gonna say it is a museum piece that basically got put back to life because of the fact that the Sigma virus is weird like that. But yes, we just kinda need to just get rid of it as soon as possible. So what I'm going to do is I am going to do this and just kind of defeat all these parts immediately. And then just shoot this thing so much. So yes, this thing is actually kind of weird. Also, get out. Okay. You can tell that this stage has bubble crab music from X2 if you are musically inclined and remember that it was X2 related. This stage did have its own original music. Thank you for being in the wall. I wanted to actually explain that system. The rescuable Reploids is what those guys are. They appear in only like 4 stages the entire game. They are completely pointless. They are super, super pointless. All they do is when you pick them up, they give you a life. They won't be really any necessary until at least the next game in the series. Here, they're just an extra life. And I don't really need that. But yeah, they kind of pop out every now and then depending on if you are attacking the ship and it gets kind of pushed against the back of the screen. Which in this case, I don't think he pops out anymore. Yeah, he doesn't pop out anymore. I'm gonna stay up here, but knocking him to the back of the screen does knock him away and gives you a little bit more time to react. Especially with the duck feature, which you can just kind of go back and forth and then do all the dashing nonsense. All right, so he's gonna pop back out and I'm going to ready this because this boss has a really unique weakness. In fact, I can kind of just go over here, wait for him to do that, and then just sit here. Maybe every now and then jump. And then let me do this again. There we go. You may think we're done with the auto scroller, but we're not. It continues. So yes, the ship goes off the screen, goes up, right? But there it is again, and there's the tail of the ship. Makes no sense why would it even bother doing that, but these things occasionally shoot rockets out, and you can knock it back to the edge of the screen like that if you wanted to. But at the end of the day, just kind of shooting these things and getting rid of them, and they reappear due to the Sigma virus. Just weird when you really think about it, but whatever. I'm taking a lot more damage than I actually want to right now. It's all good. It's not like I'm gonna get anything better than a B with X more than likely. If I actually I might raise X's ranking to X probably. I mean, not X, sorry, A. I'm not sure why I said X. X is not a ranking. There is a giant rank says, I'm not getting the max ranking. There is no way. Unless I perform perfectly throughout this entire playthrough, which it's not going to happen. The highest rank you can get is an MEH. Most people, if they really try, usually get BA, which is essentially after SA and GA. But past that, it's obnoxiously hard to really get the high rankings, unless you kind of have the most optimal playthrough ever. Which you can technically do it using this method that I started with by lowering the hours. Because yes, the bosses have slightly more health, but you can plow through them and get the parts easier, which just make it much easier of a time. Depending on things, of course, as gameplay and skill. What is this place? Are you in an old sunken ship? U-555 is trying to escape. You went deep in this direction. Follow it. Alright, so here is the non-Auto Scroller part of the level. It's very, very short. And it looks like there's something I could destroy. Yeah, it's kind of a problem. You can, but as you can tell, this is kind of rather short, like I said. Let me just kind of do that. And then there's spikes up there. I can't go up there because of all the spikes. But if I go down here, you see this. That bomb right there, you can only destroy it using the weapon you get from this stage. Meaning a mandatory revisit to get that. And if you want that, the spike wall up top there, you need this piece in order to get, because you need the armor that you get from this. Meaning, at least, or most in this case, you need to revisit the stage 3 times. Well, technically twice, because the first one you don't get anything, and then twice after that. But yeah, here's the U-55 owl once again. I'm just gonna keep repeatedly shooting it, getting rid of these things because they constantly respawn. So getting rid of them will make it so this thing just doesn't shoot me, period. Okay, I have bad aim. That worked. Okay, I guess I'll just stay over here then. So I can hit them all. Of course, there's a wall right in front of me, so unless that gets destroyed. Okay, there we go. Grab that, shoot that. You also gotta pay attention to about 2 things here. Gotta pay attention to the enemies, you gotta pay attention to these things about to shoot you, and you gotta pay attention to the thing I was about to walk under there. Hi, fishy. Oh boy, those fish have it rough. I don't even know what their purpose is. I guess maybe they suck in the water and purify it? That's what they're probably supposed to do. But yeah, it's a little weird. All right, so now we actually get to fight this thing for real. And as you can tell, I'm hitting that spot right there. So just kind of keep shooting right here and you should pretty much have this in the bag. Jump occasionally. Don't let these fishies get to you. I could use Grizzly Slash's weapon, or Crescent Grizzly, depending on if you like the Guns N' Roses names or not. I personally have no preference either way. I just kind of mix and match the two every now and then. But when it comes to Grizzly Slash, I feel like the name itself could have easily have worked if they just called the thing like Slasher Grizzly or Slash Grizzly. Nobody would have batted an eye to that one. But yeah, obviously you can tell I hung to the wall there. And had I not, you would just fall and die, which is really, really stupid. But yeah, now on to Tidal Whale. Tidal Whale's Guns N' Roses name is Duff McWhalen. He is based on Duff McKagan, or Duff McKagan, I'm not exactly sure how to say that last name, who was the basis of Guns N' Roses. I believe he might, yeah, he's still going. Oh, welcome, X. I'd like you to let us use this ocean since it's nearest to the Hunter base. We need to produce large amount of hydrogen. Do you intend to use it for nuclear fission? So you're going to use the good old Enigma? Yes. If you know that, then please cooperate with us. X, I'm a man of the sea, and I will not allow you to use my sea freely. You must think I'm stupid, but you'll have to fight me. I understand. I accept your challenge. At least this X is mildly okay compared to the later games in the series because of that. Alright, so Tidal Whale's weakness is the one that you get from Crescent Grizzly. All you gotta do is just kind of shoot him. This is actually a very unique fight in the fact that these little ice things that he spawns, this fight makes it so you gotta kind of practice your maneuverability and just kind of avoid all these things. A lot of the fights in this game actually have very unique traits to them. Like this one, you have to kind of master your platforming. It is actually really unique in that regard. I'm going to just do this so I only have like 2 shots left with this because I kind of wasted it. So I'm just going to make sure I just kind of shoot him like this. But yes, as you can tell, that ability right there Normally what he'll do is he'll stop them and then bring them back. Now is the worst part because he will constantly do this. And you see those spikes on the wall? You hit them, you die. So don't hit them like that. Great. All right, good start. Good start. Nice thing is I have full weapon energy now, so yay. That was terrible. I hate when that happens because this boss will either never hit you or one hit KO you. You'll rarely ever walk directly into this boss. If you do, that's like a complete whoops. Like, the only time that you'll ever get hit by him is if you let him spew these things out, and then when it's coming back towards him, you basically just kind of whack into him. Can you go down? Go down. Thank you. That would have been nice, but it was slightly off. Let me just kind of jump and get a little bit of, okay. Go down, down, thank you. The one time I wanted to go slightly up so I can hit it. There we go. While he's going across the screen, let me just do this. Oh. Oh. See if I can avoid all that nonsense by just using his weakness. There we go. That's gonna maybe slightly affect my ranking, but oh well. It's not like I care too much. Since the hour count's so low, I don't have to worry about it. All right, so that took 8 minutes. Thank you, Auto Scroller. There's no way around that one. And I'm still a B. Yes, yes, I got the DNA, I got the DNA, I got the DNA, I got the DNA. Please, stop talking, Alia, I get it. I get it. Thank you. So, in this case, for Tidal Whale, the options that you can do, or McWhalen, is Weapons plus Life plus gives you the Super Recover ability. You'll receive more energy. Basically, whenever you pick up stuff, like the energy capsules, you get more energy. For Weapons plus Energy plus, you actually get the Weapon Energy Saver, which halves the amount of weapon energy you use. As much as I would like the extra life, I'm gonna go for the Energy Plus because I like the fact that you can use your weapons a little bit more. So we got the hydrogen, and parts complete life up. It took 1 hour. Basically, Crescent Grizzly's stage, we got the life up from that. We can produce hydrogen from this ocean. If only the 100 base worked, then we wouldn't have to take water from the ocean. Now please return to the 100 base. You have another mission to complete. Alright, speaking of, let me actually save onto slot 3 for recording reasons. Emergency! Dynamo is attacking the Hunter base. Fight back immediately. So yes, Dynamo likes to mess around. Going to Dynamo, speaking of which, no, I didn't get any parts yet, nope. Whenever you select him, it wastes an hour of time, which is fun and obnoxious. Anyways, so let's go in as 4th Armor X and just get rid of Dynamo. Nice to meet you. You are X, aren't you? The famous and persistent hunter. Who are you? What do you want? Well, to stretch a point, I want to disturb what you're doing. Oh, don't worry. I just want to disturb you. I don't intend to kill you. But you wish to fight to the death, don't you? No, we don't. Well, if you fight me and die, then I'm sorry, but I'll play less than my best. Now, shall we let the battle begin, X? Whoops. I hate that every single time. Dynamo is basically a time waster. All he does is waste an hour of time. I got hit by Dynamo. Awesome. I feel really terrible about that. So yes, all he does is just this, this, and this. He has no special abilities at all aside from just swinging that every now and then. And then doing that. That's all he does. Yep. Okay, that one was all me. At this point, I don't care. I got hit by him once. I can play less than stellar. Okay. You want to get hit by a lemon? Because I could hit you with a lemon. Do that. Shoot. wait until you do that. Okay, there we go. Now I got your pattern down again. Dodge, dodge, jump, and a little too late for that though, so whoops. There we go. Explode off screen. But he's okay. We just can't see him though, it's just weird. Just as I thought, you are strong. You never let up. I'll reach you with this result, but I advise you to relax a little, or you'll die from all the stress. Well then, adios amigo. A Dynamo was a neat concept, but very underutilized. Just someone that disturbs and makes it so it's just like whatever. Hey! I got the A, cool. And I get my shock buffer plus my energy up, which is nice because that just makes it so I technically don't have to go through a stage. As you can tell, I have 8 hours left, and if I got disturbed by Dynamo again, it goes down by 1. And I still have 6 stages left to go, so I am cutting it really close. Technically. So I'm gonna select 0. I'm gonna equip the shock buffer on him. Whoops. Go back to X, make sure to equip the shock buffer on him. Ah! I swear, I always try to do L and R to go to that. Okay, there we go. Everyone now has a shock buffer. Okay, so the electric trap. I'm gonna select 0 for this stage, just so I have a little bit of variation. Alright, so we got a speeder bike level. This is gonna be fun. I forgot about that. Okay. Let me just not have that happen. So what I'm actually going to do for this level is put on a feature called Rapid Fire, which is actually really useful, especially auto charge as well. If you don't want to sit there and charge your Buster as X, it just charges for you. And then you just kind of click the button to fire it. Rapid Fire will be very useful for this ride chaser because all I gotta do is just kind of hold the button down and I will be constantly firing. Very useful, especially to get rid of pretty much everything in my path. And I'm going to constantly make use of it, so these things here will just kind of get destroyed really, really quickly. And then there we go. And got it. All these little blue orbs, you needed to collect them all in order for this to happen, which I managed to get them, thankfully, this time around. Hello? Are you all right? You couldn't walk here because the terrain is too badly damaged. Even the ride chaser nearly didn't make it. Why am I not in the center of the screen, by the way? I feel like I should be a little bit more over. By the way, did you notice that there are energy items along the way? I would hope so, because they're blue. Those energy items in the door in front of you seem to be corresponding. You have the items. Shoot them at the door, and the door may be opened. I thought your buster didn't work, Zero. What is this nonsense? How are you able to do this? No idea. But whatever, that gets the door open. You did it! The door has been broken. I wonder what's inside. Proceed with care. Yeah, I'll proceed with care and grab this. This is the program for the head part of the Falcon armor. Analyze and upload the data to X's main memory in the secure area. Once X uploads all 4 programs, the Falcon armor will be complete. Now we know the name of it. It's called the Falcon armor. The head part equipped, X can use the special weapons using less energy. Now take advantage of your enhanced special weapons and triumph, and give my best to X. So yeah, he kind of has a slight variation what he says depending on who you play as at this point. But you get that message if you pick up a capsule with Zero in the beginning, the one where it's like, oh, you're Zero. A lab scientist is in custody. Yes, thank you. This level basically explains these guys. You could find them in Tidal Whale, and I found one, but he kind of went into the wall. But whatever. There might be some cartridges in this laboratory that still work. We want to obtain one, don't we? That's fine. I'll just kind of go like this and get my extra life. The lock system of the shutter is broken. If you attack the lock system, it will give power to it. You can possibly open the shutter this way. However, since the lock system is almost broken, the circuit will soon break again. Please keep aware of the amount of time you will have to open the door. The door. Okay, let me get rid of you. And let me use my Crescent Grizzly move, which is pretty fancy. Speaking of which, what was the other one I got? the F splasher, turn invincible, and fly. Is that the... Yeah, that's not that one. Neat. I can't reach it. I can't reach it. I'm just gonna do this then. Okay, this one should be pretty simple. All I gotta do is just kind of whack this until the door opens and go through. Let me just kind of do this. I believe this one you can actually, yeah, you can aim it depending on if you're holding down or up when you do the dash. There are two kinds of lock systems. The color of the shutter and the lock system correspond to each other. Thank you, Alia. I couldn't figure out that a purple lock opens a purple door. Let me get that. That's kind of bad because I kind of messed that up. It's going to actually open before I have time to do this. Actually, no, it's giving me more than enough time. Okay, cool. I guess this is later doors that kind of give you a little bit of an issue there. Like this one here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to try to hit both of these doors like around the same point. I can't reach that one. Let me try doing this. Okay. Then get this one open like so. And now if I take too long, these things actually start pushing back on me. So let me do this, open it up, and good. This level is actually slightly more aggravating with Zero, which kind of gives it slightly more of a challenge, which is okay by me. Let me grab you, get these extra lives, even though I technically don't need them. Thank you, duck here. And now I'm gonna wait until I can go here and then do a boop. Dash, boop, there we go. And now for the most annoying one of the bunch. Well, technically, this one I just kind of need to whack a couple times and be on a platform while doing so. Whack that, That's fine. That's fine, I'm good. I'm like right next to where I was anyway. Just do this. Hit you a couple times. Okay. Nope. Go back in, go back in, go back in. Head over here, hit you. Okay. Okay. Whack you. That's fine. I got hit by the door lock. I hate when that happens. But yeah, these things reappear. They are not mandatory in the slightest, so every time I grab these, it's an extra life, right? So I could essentially life abuse here so hard, but I'm not going to, even though I technically did, but whatever. I have 7 lives. So now if I want a game over, I have to get rid of all 7 lives. That's cool. I'm not exactly sure I got hit by that exactly. Whatever. Okay, now let me get back over here. This one's gonna start opening on me again. Get back up here, hit this one once. Drop down. In order to drop down properly, you need to hold down and hit the jump button, which sometimes can be aggravating. Sometimes. Right now, it's not. Okay, let me see if I can hit you. Hit you. Okay, that's a problem. That's a problem. Let me see if I can whack this quite a few times here. Get it open. Cool. Get that extra life. Go over here. This level is very, very technical with all the movement. Okay, cool. So, up there, you see there's spikes? Yep, don't even bother. I can't do anything with that as 0, and I can't do anything with that as X at the moment. So, I am stuck with just doing how I'm doing. Okay, let me hit the purple one open, and then hit the yellow one open, and there we go. All right, so here's actually probably one of the best bosses in this game. Zero, I never thought you'd come here. It must be an emergency. You assumed right. You don't need me to explain anymore, do you? Always so pushy. You haven't changed at all. I made the right choice when I resigned as a hunter. I don't want to be a rude jerk like you. Oh, come on. I just have a hard time listening to your babble. You know what I want, don't you? You're free to take such a worthless thing, but what a simpleton you are. Even if you get it, you can't change the fate of the Earth. Every Reploid has been infected by the virus and become a... No, he's been infected! Relax, I'll put you out of your misery. Goodbye, Volkraken. Volkraken! actually has kind of a neat little backstory. He is Launch Octopus's brother. And X actually refers to this when you actually go to fight him. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I actually got rid of him. And then he's just like, I don't care. He's like, that's not what I'm mad about. But yes, this is a very technical fight in the fact that he constantly moves and surrounds you and all that. Okay, can that go away? Thank you. But yes, as you can tell, Zero's saber is very, very busted. And I didn't even have enough time to explain the Guns N' Roses reference. The Guns N' Roses reference for him, his name is Squid Adler. Squid Adler is actually based on Steven Adler, who was actually a former member of the band. He was the drummer. Back then, he was still, well, technically not really, because this game came out way after the fact, but yeah, he was a former drummer for the Guns N' Roses band. Alright, so for Squid Adler, or Vault Krakens, he actually gives you two things. The +1 for life is Quick Charge. It's only usable for X and allows him to charge his weapon faster than normal. And it really, really helps in that regard. For this one, it's a 0 only, which is an extension for the Beam Saber. When you attack, like a little extra yellow bit kind of comes out of it, which makes it easier to hit enemies. You don't have to be as close with the Beam Saber. Sadly though, I think this one's a much better alternative because charging up your Buster faster is a little bit better than just attacking with the Z-Saber. But yeah, as you can tell, I just decimated Volkraken hard with Zero. Zero's saber is kind of busted in this game, and I don't think many Mavericks are really tailored toward it. I don't know why, he's just like stupid strong. And there's my energy saber. Got around so many traps. Thanks to you, we now have a precious energy cart. Kraken used to be a hunter, but had become a maverick. It must have been hard for you, even though it was your mission. Let's restore the peace for him. That is not an English sentence. Alright, so we got 3 out of the 4 down before we can fire the Enigma. The Enigma now has 68% accuracy, and it's really, really close to being really, really good. We just need one more part, which in that case will be in Shining Fireflies stage. So in that stage, I'm going to play as X once more, but before I do that, I am going to actually select some stuff for, I do that every time. I'm going to select some stuff for each part. There we go. There we go. 4th armor has no more space for anything anymore. Okay. So next time on Azure Plays more Mega Man X5, I'll head to Shining Fireflies stage, and we'll see about firing the Enigma off and possibly saving the world. See you all then.